are leaving Tobermory just now. We're motoring because there's not much wind, and there wasn't that much wind yesterday, and when it did fill in it was a beat right down the Sound of Hull, so we just motored then as well, which is why I haven't started filming just now. We're heading towards Loch Moidart on the other side of Ardnamurchan Point. That's us sailing round, no, motoring round Ardnamurchan Point now. The last time we were here we were going straight on out to Muck, which you can see in the distance there, but this time we're going, just keeping close inshore and going right round the point. Really sheltered bay, sheltered from the south and the east and south of the west, but beautiful white sands. It's a lovely stopover for lunch for the day, but it's not the best place to anchor at night. Fabulous sandy beaches and so far away from the main tourist routes that it's usually pretty quiet. A lot of disturbance in the water there, so I guess there's a big school of fish in there. I was just hoping that we might see some porpoises or dolphins or even some whales coming, but nothing has appeared yet. Got a lovely view today in the clear air and the sunshine of the small isles. This one we're looking at is Muck, and I'm just going to pan along a bit, and we've got the higher peaks of Rum there with the cloud on them. And moving on again, we've got the very distinctive Egg and its Skewer. Canna is way in the distance, we'll not see that. But moving further round, and there are, with the clouds over them, some of the Cuillins and Skye. And further round again, looking right up, the Kells of Loch Alsh are way up in the distance, which is the narrowest point between Skye and the mainland. And coming right round, we've got Loch Huron, I think, and Loch Nevis, and Mallaig up there. I think the little white dots, I'm not sure you can see them there, but that will be the town of Mallaig and the ferry port for Skye and some of the outer isles. There's a large group of guillemots. They look as though they're all sitting there having had a feeding frenzy, because there's one or two cormorants amongst them. But they obviously don't like us passing quite so close. So that's where we're heading, Loch Moidart. We're doing the zigzags up. It's quite a deep loch. It's deep into the mainland, but in actual fact it's quite shallow, and there's a bit of a channel that we zigzag around to get in. That's 8 out. Seems to be. Bay. It's quite deep, but we've got to try and avoid the weed. Let's see, floating on the surface. Right, the castle is up there on a rocky outcrop, and it gets a great view right down the loch. This is another bay. This is the other side of that little spit that we saw, the sandy spit, and up in that direction is the River Shiel coming out of Loch Shiel, and it's fresh water, and it actually means that this little tip where the castle is, this little island, is an ideal place to see otters. We have seen them playing around here, so we might get lucky in this trip. So this is the causeway just where Andrew's walking towards, and as you can see, it's creating, it's flooded now at full high water, and it makes this where the castle's sitting a tidal island. So most of the time people can get across, but at this state of the tide you have to wade. And there's Compromise out there and Anchor. At the moment we're the only boat in there, although we've been in here when there's been another couple. There's just about enough room for everybody to swing. Some visitors to the island didn't realise it was an island, and they've had to wade back. We did offer to use the dinghy, but they decided they wanted the adventure. It's climbing through the bracken. The dogs are already at the top of the hill there. Otto! Kaiser! Good boys! We have a dog on strike. He's not going to come and join us, and we're wanting to get back out to the boat now. And he's just not coming down from his perch. Do we leave without him? looking further up the loch and in our little bay inside the island. And we're coming around now to the bit of the island that has the castle and looking down towards the entrance of Loch Moidart and right round going up the River Shield. It's really pretty here.
You get them.
I'm using the GoPro now and just having another quick sweep right the way around just as a comparison with the cool pigs. We've got a fairly fresh northwesterly now. We had a rough night when it was gusting round. It must have been slightly further around west and it was just bursting round the point there. And it was quite uncomfortable. We didn't get much sleep. So there's a nice walk along here. Don't have much of the beach visible, but the dogs can have a good run. There's a big field there and a house round here which has fenced itself well off, but there's a road walking round to that point and further up to, I think somebody said Shield Bridge. I think that was what they called it. So yeah, there are, it's quite reasonable. The cars along here, but not that many, so we can keep the dogs off lead for the moment. Well, it's a hot day and there's a nice little branch of a tree that looks very much like a shade umbrella, so what can a dog do but just go and find it, lie down, feeling exhausted. So here's a classic example of anchoring in a strong tide with gusts of wind hitting. The boat is just bouncing around, but it's turning now, but it is getting our hearts in our mouths a little as we see it dancing sideways down the cut there. We're still here in Loch Moidart. We arrived on for the Wednesday night, thinking we'd maybe have 3 nights, and we would have, from what we could see on the forecast, a 5 to 7 wind strength that we would need to brace ourselves for. However, we can't get any signal here, so we can't check with our any of our own wind apps like what's it? Predict Wind or Wind Guru. We haven't got any access to any of those. The Coast Guards do send out updated every 6 hours a forecast, but we're only picking them up intermittently with our VHF. So we're not 100% sure what the weather's doing, but we did hear that this 5 to 7 is now turned into Storm Bertha. So we are staying put here for the moment. We think the wind's going to change to the southwest, but again, the Coast Guards were so broken up, it was difficult to say. So we'll stay here for a bit longer today and see what the weather's going to be. So we don't want to head out from what's a relatively sheltered anchorage and into a storm brewing around Ardnamurchan from the southwest. So we're still here, but still a nice place.